What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone. Welcome back to, well, a transfer window video, which I absolutely hate to do, to be honest, at this moment in time, especially the way the season is going. It's going well. It's like we have a lot of things to talk about. However, we cannot ignore that we probably should be doing things in the January transfer window, things that we didn't anticipate at the start of the season. But Bremer got injured, and Milik can nobody really knows where Milik is. So Giuntoli, at this moment in time, it feels like he has no choice, basically. Now, if Mota can figure it out, he might have a choice, but that's not what the media is suggesting. The media is suggesting that it will actually be a big transfer window in January. And with big, they don't mean we're going to spend 100 million. They mean that the players that are coming in January are not the type of Alcaraz. They're not whatever stopgaps for 5 months. They are players who will have a future at this club with big potential. That's what the media is talking about. So that's what we're going to talk about. But as always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, like the video, obviously, and turn that bell notification on. And let's talk about the big needs or the big moves in January. Okay, so the big moves, and we know what it was. Like, everybody knew we needed a striker because Milik, well, you can't stay fit, and like or dislike Vlahovic, you cannot play him 60 games this season. It's just impossible. Like, that's a no-go. So that was always, okay, we need a striker. We need a number 9. Is it him? Is it Jonathan David? Is it, a free agent? Whatever. But then the Bremer injury hit. The Bremer thing is massive. And what is interesting is that we are close to agreeing terms with Gatti for a new deal. However, the club has put that on hold right now. Not because they don't want to keep Gatti. However, they have a different priority right now, according to the media. And according to the media, the priority for Giuntoli right now is to find or to target a defender who's not going to be a stopgap. And with stopgap, I mean a free agent for 5 or 6 months. Or a player of a caliber where it's like you're just going to be a backup and, well, maybe in a year or so, we're going to move you on. That's not what the media is talking about. They are saying that Giuntoli is looking for a player who is young-ish. I'm not saying 18. They're not saying 18. But young with a lot of potential to grow into becoming a main guy for a long period of time in that backline. So again, not an Alcaraz type of player, but a player, and there are no names right now. And we shouldn't really talking about names because that's up to Giuntoli to figure that out. We can talk about names later on. But right now, his job apparently, or what he's doing right now, is looking for a defender and be like, that's him. We might need to spend a little bit more than we probably anticipated. However, if it goes well, if it goes to plan, if we are doing our job right, then that player we're bringing in January is going to grow into the new Bremer, basically. And with new Bremer, I mean a player who's a main pillar in your team from now and years to come, basically. That's what the media is suggesting. So no Sergio Ramos on loan, no Matip on loan, on a free agent, and Sergio Ramos on a free, no loanies, no, I'll bring Rugani, bring I don't know who back we loan, Gonzalez from Feyenoord. No, none of these type of things. The point is, a main guy, make an investment that's gonna last long, it's gonna stick, and even if it goes well and the player's like, I want out of Juve, I want something else, you make your money double back or so. That is the thing. That's one, and probably 100% the main priority right now. The other one is the striker. And with the striker, there is a name. It's Jonathan David. There are other names as well out there. But the Jonathan David one is a very, very interesting situation. Because right now, he's a free agent in the summer. But he is having an insane start to the season. Like he's one of the best right now. Like strikers, if you watch around Europe, he is one of the best at this moment in time in terms of production, output, and the way he's playing. That's just what it is. that complicates things a lot. One, for the fact that he will have more offers. That's one. Two, you're trying to bring in a backup to Vlahovic. He can be looking at it, being like, why should I be the backup option to a player that statistically I'm outperforming, basically, or like not stat wise, just performance wise, I'm outperforming. Why would I be the guy? Excuse me. Why would I be the guy coming in, going from where I am right now? And you can say he's playing for Lille, whatever. He's still doing that, at that level in Europe as well. Why would I come in and kind of play half of the games I should be playing at, basically? That's two. And three is Lille, yes, they need money, or like they prefer to get money. But with the season he's having, why would they move on their best player? The player that is making their team look how they're looking right now. Why would they do that? I know it's money, but how much are you going to get? If you're going to ask clubs to pay 20 million in January, unless a Premier League club is really desperate for a striker, no club is really going to pay that. They're not going to do that. So is it worth, is it value is it value enough to say, okay, here we go, Jonathan and David, and kind of our season collapse? Or is it like, nah, we're not going to do it in January. We lose him on a free, it is or it is, but it's too important for our season. So there are three things you need to consider right here. And three things we do not have in our hands. Like he making his decision, other teams offering more, and Lille saying, no, we're just not going to do it, So we have a name, but it's not an easy one. Like, if this was last summer, I was like, and we would be in our situation, I think, like, yeah, we could convince him, Right now, the way things are going for him as well, it's not easy to convince that player. I know for everybody's like ideal, and especially Julian on the channel, he would absolutely love this, but it's not as easy as the media is putting out there. It's not like the media is not saying it's a bullseye. We are getting Jonathan and David. They're saying, oh, but Inter won him as well. But like, I don't think that's the issue. The issue is more the other things I just named. The other teams outside of the Serie A, Lille, and the player itself saying, why would I go away from this main stage for me where I'm on the main guy to be the backup to Vlahovic? So that's another thing Giuntoli needs to work on, because whenever Milik will come back, how long will it take for him to be up to speed? Like, the season is almost kind of lost, is basically, and we need help. Vlahovic needs help in terms of, like, you just need to rest at one point. Like, you cannot play every single week. It's just not good. It's impossible, and if you have just a knock and you miss 1 or 2 weeks, you can miss 3 to 4 games. It goes quickly, and then you're playing 4 games without a striker. That's insane. Like, keep in mind, we play basically every 3 days. If Vlahovic is out for 2 weeks, he can miss 3, 4, 5 games. That's insane. For you to go out there and play competitive football against good teams, without the striker. Like or don't like Vlahovic, that's just madness. So he will need to have a quote-unquote big January in terms of, like, fill the needs with not Alcaraz type of players, but players who are actually going to have an impact short-term and long-term as well. So that's why a big January transfer window in terms of profiles, but also, yeah, for the season as well. So let me know in the comments what you think. Who should we be targeting? And do you think we will be able to address those things to a very good standard, basically? Like the video, and I will speak to you guys very soon. Ciao.